Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nathan. If you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a post-fight show for you, UFC on Fox 27. Souza versus Brunson, middleweight clash of the ages. Man, this was an explosive main card. Sparks flew top to bottom. I was on the edge of my seat with the couple finishes on this main card, and then the decisions were hard-fought decisions. And so, yeah, let's get started with the main event. The main event was Rinaldi Souza versus Derek Brunson, two top 10 ranked UFC middleweights. And wow, oh man, yeah, KO head kick and punches, round one win for Rinaldi Souza, and it was 3 minutes 50 seconds in the first round. I was shocked. I was like, no way. No ways Rinaldo's getting it done again in the first round against Brunson. I was like, for sure Brunson's going to recover, and then he didn't quite recover, and he got knocked down again and again. That head kick that landed, it just rocked him, and you saw him fall, and then you saw Rinaldo land some headshots, and then some more headshots. And then, yeah, I think the ref stopped a little too early, but it was not looking good for Brunson. And, you know, as they say, fighter safety. Dan Miragliotta, I mean, I wouldn't bash him too much for this call, but if I were the ref, I would have let it go for another 5-10 seconds and then probably stopped it just to make sure... you know, to give Brunson that little extra benefit of the doubt, but nonetheless, it was an impressive win for Rinaldi Souza, and yeah, wow, oh man, yeah, he's definitely entitled contention after a performance like that. I mean, you could easily argue that if Whittaker doesn't come back for foreseeable future, that he fight the winner of this interim title match with Romero and Rockhold. Yeah, maybe do a rematch with the winner of that fight for an interim title defense, and then after that, the winner of the fight could fight returning Whittaker. That might work out, depending on how long it takes Whittaker to recover, of course. Then in the co-main event in the featherweight division with Andre Fili versus Dennis Bermudez. Wow, Andre Fili's takedowns looked amazing here. Dennis Bermudez, high-caliber wrestler. Who would have guessed that Andre Fili was that good of a wrestler and takedown artist? I knew he was a great striker, and I figured he would want to keep this fight standing and use that height and reach advantage. But boy, did he shock a lot of people with this performance. I think the judges got it right. Some people are saying Bermudez should have won, but I mean, there's takedowns on both sides. But I mean, Andre Fili, yeah, he just... he kept that pace going, and it was hard for Bermudez to keep it going. But yeah, Andre Fili wins by split decision and is looking at back-to-back wins right now, and is looking impressive. And so, yeah, this fight had striking, takedowns, wrestling, submission attempts. It was a great fight all over the place. Then in the lightweight division, we had Gregor Gillespie versus Jordan Rinaldi. And wow, TKO punches, a round one win for Gregor Gillespie. The guy's 11-0 now. He's looking great in the UFC. You know, Jordan Rinaldi's a tough, durable veteran, and Gregor Gillespie made it look easy. 4 minutes, 46 seconds in the first round. Gregor Gillespie uses wrestling. You could tell he had far superior wrestling in this fight. And I think Rinaldi could bounce back. I mean, he got overwhelmed in this fight, but... you know, you give him someone else in the UFC, he may have a better night. But yeah, Gregor Gillespie, this is definitely his night, and he definitely deserves a top 10, if not top 15 guy in the lightweight division. Yeah, Gregor Gillespie is definitely a prospect to look out for in the lightweight division. And yeah, I was definitely impressed. I remember watching this guy in the prelims, and that's why you don't skimp out on the prelims. Yeah, so TKO punches, round one for Gregor Gillespie. Great fight. Then in the welterweight division to kick off the main card, we had Drew Dober versus Frank Camacho. I was on the edge of my seat with this one because the first round I was like, oh, this seems to be Camacho's round, and maybe I got my picks wrong on this one because I picked Drew Dober to win. And then when I got to round 2 and 3, it looked like the tide was turning for Drew Dober, especially in round 3. Drew Dober was able to really land some heavy hands and get Frank Camacho against the cage and get some dominant positions. Wow. So, yeah, Drew Dober won unanimous decision. And I think the two judges that got it 29-28 for Drew Dober, they got it right. Because I would give the first round for Camacho. And, yeah, the rounds 2 and 3 for Dober. The judge that got 30-27, I don't know what fight he was watching. But that's why they say don't leave in the hands of judges. And, yeah, Drew Dober, if he wants to go back to lightweight, yeah, why not? But he didn't look too bad at welterweight. So there you have it. The post-fight show of UFC on Fox 27, Jacare versus Brunson 2, and stay tuned in the coming days for my pre-fight for Machida versus Anders. Eric Anders, a big top prospect in the middleweight division. Yeah, so there you have it. This was a great card. If you haven't seen it, check out a replay. And until then, see ya!